Intel's biodiversity programme has been chosen as a lead example of corporate responsibility in Ireland. The Rye River is so much more beautiful because of it. We would like to really compliment Intel on this programme, which has brought together people from the local community and environmental leaders along with Intel to really make their local environments beautiful. The biodiversity element of this is something that we would encourage all of our companies to look at. So congratulations, Intel.
When we arrived in 1994, the river was very shallow, slow-flowing, very canal-like in appearance. I would say low fishery potential. The river had filled with silt, and on the silt there was vegetation growing, so the river was full of vegetation. In fact, during the summer months there was only about 1 metre of open river channel. We have been monitoring the fish populations in this section of the river for the last 14 years. And depending on water quality, in years where the water quality has been good, we've seen a 4- to 6-fold increase in the numbers of fish in the section, and that's all attributed to the rehabilitation work that has been supported by Intel.
I am a member of the Friends of the River Rye. We meet 3 or 4 times a year, and I represent the local anglers on the committee. The committee looks after the well-being of the river, the water quality, and does all it can to protect the river and to improve the spawning for the trout and salmon that run up the river each year.
Because quite a large portion of the river is actually running through the site itself, it was always an important natural resource for us, and we were always very conscious of all of the natural resources that are present at the site itself.
In conjunction with the Leixlip anglers and the Fishery Board, Intel funded a large-scale rejuvenation of the river. Banks were improved, they were shored up, the channel was cleared and spawning gravel was put in. And by and large they saved the river.
Around 2001 we did some work in terms of butterfly beds that were planted along the river, and that was to encourage the attraction of certain flora and fauna to the river area. Some of the river area itself, particularly some of the riverbanks in the Intel side, are actually special areas of conservation, so we look after those quite closely as well. Some other work that happened in 2004 was in relation to pruning back the trees, which had become quite overgrown again and which were causing a shadow problem to the river itself. We also had some work that took place around that time in terms of spawning gravel beds that were laid on the river also to encourage salmonid spawning. So there's been continuous works over the years.
We need between 15 and 20 people on site for several days to carry out a fishery assessment on a small stretch of river. We couldn't do that work without the financial support of companies such as Intel.
As much as it goes to reduce the size of chips and the microtechnology that we develop, we don't underestimate the big impact that we can have on the world through our technology and the products and processes that we use. The company really puts a lot of emphasis on controlling everything that it works on, and for that reason I think that it has a good understanding of how we impact onto the environment.
The enhancement of the River Rye was a significant signature project that we felt would benefit both us and our employees. I would recommend that any company would work with their community and commit to protecting the environment, in particular enhancement of their biodiversity in their area, and it's something that Intel will continue to do for many years to come.